Hey there, LT Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Kirby Triple Deluxe. In the last episode, we started playing Wild World here, and in this episode, we're going to Stage 4. There's a giant snake in it. I like snakes. Grizzo, you're dead. Ow! I'm dead, too. This place makes me think of, like, a honey hive, because, there's, like, hexagons, and it's golden. And that's pretty much the extent of my thought process. I remember always really liking this song. Reminds me of some of the other Ruins themes from the Kirby series. I feel like I was supposed to eat that chili. So, one thing that you guys may be wondering, since at this point I think it's very abundantly clear that I have missed golden keychains. What I'm gonna do for that is I'm just going to wait until I've beaten the game. And then do this just like a one quick run through of every stage where I missed a keychain and just quickly show off where I missed them, because number one, if you're just looking for a Let's Play to find the golden keychains, there's better videos than mine to show you everything, and they would come up first. So I don't really feel like I need to make this a specially designed to be efficient for a walkthrough sort of style of Let's Play, but I still do want to show it off. You know? So to that extent, I'm okay, I'll just wait and be efficient, find out where everything is that I missed, and then just go through the game again. No problemo. Give me my treasure chest, please. Sunstone. Acquisitioned! You can no longer jump in there. Into the pit you go! Nothing hidden. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. You know, can I just say, I'm reminded of Return to Dreamland Deluxe now. Again, game's not out yet, for me, but I did just see that stuff. That didn't work. It really bothers me that of all returning abilities they could have put in the game, they decided to go with Festival. That actively annoys me because Festival was one of the worst additions in Star Allies. Because it's so unnecessary. Not in the sense that it's an extra screen nuke ability. And sure, yeah, it's cute, whatever. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's another screen nuke. But unlike Crash, which is both iconic and also very strong, Mike, which can be used multiple times, Cook, which is a different kind of screen nuke that specifically allows you to heal, and it mostly just takes individual enemies rather than dealing actual damage. Or even ones like Paint, which are more so like just... They're hardly separate abilities, they're more just like a special gimmick for the fact that, like... You know... it's amid a boss fight, and you either get to make Heavy Lobster go blind, or change the color of Chameleon Arm, and it's like... That's really all it is. Go through the goddamn hole! Fine. No stone for me. So it's like, okay, you have all those, but Festival doesn't do anything different from Crash, it's just a dance. Which is like, okay, again, cute. But why have both in the same game? I actually don't remember if Star Allies had Crash in it or not, but either way, it still kind of felt redundant to me, because, like, Festival wasn't anything special, but they made it feel like it was something special, because it's like, ooh, Festival! And I get it, Star Allies was meant to be a celebratory game, so it makes sense to have to eat a Twister and turn into a Tornado Kirby, but, like, sure, it makes sense, Shocked Dedede, but it still felt redundant, is my point. However, in Return to Dreamland Deluxe, it's exceptionally redundant, because at the very least, Star Allies was meant to be a celebratory game. Return to Dreamland Deluxe is just a remake. And sure, it may be a remake of a game that was heavily exciting, but, like, that time period is now gone. Return to Dreamland doesn't have the same context that it did back in 2011. Of this big, exciting... rebirth of the Kirby series. At this point, Return to Dreamland is like old hat, tried and true Kirby that we've seen for the past decade and a half. There's nothing that's inherently wrong with that, but it means that, like, the context of Return to Dreamland feeling something, like, unbelievably special is now locked to, like, nostalgia. The people who are, like, say, me or Tor, who, like, still have that kind of, like, love and appreciation of the game. But, like, if you go back and play Return to Dreamland nowadays, like, in some ways, it doesn't do anything particularly special that Triple Deluxe, Planet Robot, Star Allies, or... well, Forgotten Land's different. But, like, it doesn't do anything super noteworthy compared to those other games, is the thing. It's still a good game, I'm not saying to not play it. And I'm sure there would be people who would be like, oh, definitely play it over Star Allies, because for some reason a lot of people really don't like Star Allies. I'm genuinely shocked that didn't go away. Stop weighing it down. So yeah. So, in that regard, bringing Festival into the game it's not gonna add anything. Like, I'm looking forward to trying the new abilities, Sand and Mecha, because those will be neat, I'm sure. But, like, it's not gonna do anything. It's not going to feel like it's a worthwhile change or addition, and I just don't get it. Especially because there are so many other abilities from other games that they could add to make Return to Dreamland feel more fleshed out. For example, Archer. There are literal bow enemies in Return to Dreamland that they could use Archer for. Or, perhaps, Smash Brothers. That's a great celebratory sort of... That's a great celebratory sort of ability. That's literally within Dream Collection itself. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, so I was just like, I don't want this to accidentally be a cannon. But it is just a pepper instead. These don't tilt unless you are within them, apparently. So yeah, like, you have Smash Brothers within Dream Collection. You could port that just as easily to, like, I'm obviously, I'm not a developer, but, like, Dream Collection was built off of Return to Dreamland. It would definitely be just as difficult, at the very minimum, to put Smash Brothers in the game as it would be Festival. So, I don't know, it really bothers me. There's other better ideas they could have done with it, like UFO, for instance, or Mirror. Like, genuine fan favorites. Oh. That's what this is for. You can drop it in a pit like you could Bonkers back in the old tower. At least if you wanted to. In Kirby and Forgotten Land, if you need to do that to get a Waddle Dee, or something like that. My brain has just stopped working. Oh yeah, I was complaining about, like, abilities and stuff. So, I don't know. To me, it just bugs me because, like, maybe Hal just, like, really likes Festival. But I don't know, I feel like that was one of the very consistent complaints about Star Allies. I feel like people were just not a fan of Festival existing, so it's just surprising to me that they thought it was worth bringing back. I don't know. Maybe there is more than has been revealed thus far. I shouldn't, like, completely complain, but, like, again, this is being recorded in January. So. Is the best I can do is elaborate on what I've seen. So I'm not trying to be super negative. I think it's just because, like, after Kirby Superstar Ultra was just such an incredibly amazing remake, and Return to Dreamland itself is an incredibly amazing game, what stands out to me is just, like, I have these expectations for Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So it doesn't matter how excited I am that Checkerboard Chase is back. I still just have this feeling of, like, man, if only there was something more. I don't know. I don't want to be negative, and I'm sure I'll like the game. I mean, again, we'll have the stream of that, hopefully, to show that off. And it's a Kirby game. I don't really dislike any Kirby games, even as much as I hate playing Mass Attack and Rainbow Curse. Like, I still respect those games existing and what they did and what they tried to do. And I respect that people can like them. So, like, I don't know. I may think they're bad games, but, like, at the same time, as much as I hate them, I do still like them. It's a weird vibe. But my point is, like, with Return to Dreamland Deluxe, I know I will enjoy the game. It's Return to Dreamland. But I can still play Return to Dreamland, so, like, that's why Deluxe feels like it needs something more, and I'm just worried at the moment that we're not going to get that something more. Oh well. Hey, speaking of Kirby Superstar. I wasn't just talking about Kirby Superstar, but whatever, it's Marks. And Samira. And Needle Kirby. He looks so grumpy. Alright, well. That's that unlocked. But we have opened the boss stage. And Stage 7X. We've unlocked an extra stage. Kind's theme! How kind of you to bring this back. Haha, you can't hurt me. I'm a rock. Anything over this way? Nope. I really like the instrument in this song. It's a good instrument. There wasn't anything there. It was just a burger. But it was worth it. It was a tasty burger. Alright, let's try and take care not to get whacked by stuff. One thing I think that I'm kind of enjoying about this experience so far is one that I've learned from Kirby in the Forgotten Land recently, actually. It's a lesson that I learned there. When I played Kirby in the Forgotten Land, it may surprise you to know. No! Not that kind of no! Oh, well. Oh, I don't need that. Okay, well. I would have lost it there anyway. I didn't actually love Forgotten Land when it came out. I didn't dislike it, but I found there was a lot of frustrating parts to it. It kind of bugged me a lot, quite frankly, in some ways. Mostly due to, like, how, like, periodically interruptive it felt, how I don't know. It's just a lot to the game that the 100%ing process made me feel frustrated by. Why did I do that? This is where I leave, but... Why did I do that? Okay. Don't ask. Just don't. But yeah. Forgotten Land, great game, I love it. But when I was 100%ing it, I was frustrated by it for sure. There was a lot about it that I just did not love and care for. Well, that was weird. There's a lot in it that I didn't care for. I didn't like missing one Waddle Dee and then having to go back into a stage because I didn't know where to go. I didn't love how it got implemented to the bosses. I didn't love the constant interruptions for treasure roads. It just... The pacing felt like a mess to me in a lot of ways. And so I ultimately, like, I still like the game plenty. But as far as 100%ing process is concerned, it felt in some ways like a big slog. And I did not really like that. However, I then replayed the game with a friend as well. That also certainly helped. But I replayed the game, and we didn't really care about 100%ing. We didn't really worry about treasure roads that much. Especially because they're not really doable in multiplayer anyway. I got all the Waddle Dees that I remembered existing, but like I didn't really worry about the ones we missed. Don't do that to me. So, like... Yeah, okay, I remember this. You gotta use this one first, because it's the only one that can... Oh. Surprisingly complicated. What am I missing here? Actually? Genuinely? Oh. I went the wrong way. Okay. Third try's a charm. I like that I can actually be puzzled. Now it's just a matter of can I actually physically do it? There's the real question. There we go. Problem solved. Anyways, Forgotten Land. Playing it over again with a friend, but also just playing it without caring about getting everything the experience was utterly fantastic. It was a great game. I had, like, no qualms, no problems, no issues. It was awesome. And honestly, I feel like to that extent, I'm going to wind up feeling a similar vein towards Triple Deluxe in that regard. Hell, I probably will even feel similarly to Planet Robot when I get around to that one as well. Because it's just like, sometimes in these games, as much as I like getting 100% in them, I don't think it's really that arguable that 100%ing them is a worse experience. Which is annoying and definitely, to me, still detracts from the game as a whole. Because, like, 100%ing a game is still the game. It's still part of the game. And so, like, if the design of it is not good or fun, then I would still consider that a problem. Not a huge problem, but still a problem. Still with annoyances. So, yeah, it's like, okay. But, considering that a lot of the time in modern Kirby games, my issues with them have come from 100%ing them, specifically. Like, my big problem with Hypernova, the biggest problem that I have with it is how it affects replaying stages. Something that you don't do in a normal playthrough, you know? I don't like the keychain grind of this game. That's post-game. My biggest complaint with Kirby's Return to Dreamland, my favorite Kirby game, is that the extra game is too repetitive. The post-game, you know? So it's just like, I feel like if you go into, like, just the general vibe of, like... Oh, hey, Boss Bush. Another thing that's, like, great base game, but then you try and do this, the bonus game, the bonus post-game content, it's like, oh my god, this makes this experience miserable, trying to 100% this game by doing the boss push. It's like, I think there's an interesting, like, aspect there of just, like, letting yourself not care, I guess. Sometimes it's nice to just not care. Did I kill a bird on this episode? I care about that. I think I did. I think I got a 7 on... a 1 on stage 5. I'm pretty certain. I better have. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm happy about here, is that, like, I'm enjoying this experience in this playthrough. Honestly, you know, now I bring it up, maybe I shouldn't go back into stages and get the golden keychains that I'm missing. Because, do I really want to go and replay stages for a potential third time just to do that? Because there is an extra game in this that I will be doing. So just, I don't know. That's something to think about, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hello, you're Coily Rattler. You are a giant snake. You are a big giant snake. I can't hit you with hammer flip. Oh, but I can, apparently. I just need to get close. From what I remember, Coily Rattler is my favorite boss in this game. You can hit the head if you don't get hit by the body there. My main problem is that I'm just kind of playing impatient, and also, I don't really fight bosses with hammer that often. I'm more of a fighter guy. Wow, I don't even remember this move. I think I've usually killed Coily Rattler at that point. So seeing that move, I was like, what is going on here? We have defeated you! Heck yeah. The snake is dead! That is not worth celebrating. What if there was a snake Kirby, and his body just got really long? Like, he wasn't a hat, he just got a really long, pink, like, stretched body. On that note, I leave you with that mental image. Enjoy it while you can. So, we've unlocked the next area. The Dreamstalk has grown. You can now proceed to the 5th floating island. So next time, we're gonna go to Endless Explosions! Still one of my favorite world titles in all of Kirby, I would probably say. My favorite food, explosions. Anyways, see you guys next time for more Kirby Triple Deluxe.